I don't want that. If I said that, would you not do it?
Shut up, Miss Prissy Pants! You do what you're told in this class. We don't want everybody to Calamity, do we? Come on! I'd sooner kill myself!
Understood.
Man, I thought it wasn't going to happen this year. We had the right amount of desks in the opening ceremony. Desks!
We were short a desk once we got a transfer student, though.
So it can start a month late? Balls!
Apparently. So, about my plan.
Oh yeah, you checked him out, didn't you? How'd that go?
I don't think it's him.
How can you be so sure?
He's never lived here in Yomiyama before, and his hands weren't cold.
Is that it? Man.
So, do you think I started the Calamity?
No, I don't.
By the way, why do you have the oldest and most dramatic desk I've ever seen?
That's one of the rules. It completes the charm or something.
Ah yes, one of those ominous class rules. What were those again?
I'm bored. Let's go walk around to places and I'll give dramatic exposition while we're there.
Sounds good.
So who do you think the extra person is?
Well, I've only talked to a few people. There's Akazawa, Naya, Kazami, Yuya, and before that there was Sakuragi.
That would be ironic, wouldn't it? If the head of the countermeasures division, Akazawa, was the extra person.
It might be Naya. His broisms are so 80s, he might have died and now resurrected as a total
Anachronism. Kazumi seems bloodthirsty. The undead have been known to like violence.
I have no idea about Yuya.
And Sakuragi, who also talked like she was from the 80s, is dead.
So it couldn't have been her?
Well, as far as I know, none of the extra people have ever died after coming back.
I wonder if that's significant.
Probably not. Well, I know it's not me, and I know that it's not you.
How could you know?
I've shown you this before, haven't I? I lost my left eye when I was 4. It developed a nasty tumor, and when I woke up one day, my eye was gone. They just plucked it out, I guess. Not sure. My mom said that a normal artificial eye wouldn't be attractive, so she made a special one for me.
You don't have to hide it behind that eye patch. I think it's pretty.
They said that I almost died during surgery. I vaguely remember what happened back then.
Like you had a near-death experience?
Death isn't fun.
Nope, I guess not.
Anyway, I keep this eye patched up because of the demonic aberrations. Also, I think the glowing would scare people.
That is some freaky shit.
Starting tomorrow, we're 2 of a kind.
Yep, all those dumb assholes will be ignoring both of us now.
What's your name, by the way?
Couldn't you read it? In hindsight, I can recall that behind me on the chalkboard, my name was written in Japanese.
Oh, come on! My eyesight is terrible! I sit at the back of the class! Did you really think that I could read that through my eye patch?
Whoa, calm down there, Misaki-Mei. Names aren't that important.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Hello?
Man, India is freaking hot.
Oh, it's just Dad.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
If you're worried about my psychological health, you can fuck
No,
up.
I'm just checking in to see how you're doing.
I'm fine, Dad.
How's it feel to be back in Yomiyama after a year and a half?
A year and a half, but this is my first time coming here since starting school.
What? Oh, no, I'm sure that you were... No, wait, my mistake. You're right.
India must be in a bad neighborhood or something.
I hope they can read what I wrote on the board. I don't know what to think after receiving notes over half the class saying they can't read foreign languages. These dumb tards know they're in Japan, don't they?
Misaki!
Yeah!
This is funny. We're dancing. Must be really distracting. That would be hilarious. Maybe I should actually do that. Nah, with all those people dying happening, that would be in really poor taste. Food. So, we talked about all of the people that I know. What about you? Do you know any of these dicks?
Yeah, there's Aki Matsui, Aya Ayano.
Oh yeah, I know Aya as well. I forgot about her, though.
Then there's Takako Sugiura, Makoto Oji, Mayumi Fujimaki, Megumi Tatara, Noboru Saruta, Sayuri Kakinuma, San Watanabe, Kazue Sato, Yukito Tsuji, Takeru Mizuno, Haruka Eto, Sachiko Nakajima, Kyoko Kaneki, Matsuka Rita, Daisuke Wakui, Yumi Akura, Shigeki Yonimura, Ryoko Akiyama, Manabu Maejima, and Kinzo Kawahori.
Holy fucking shit, do you know everyone in the class?
Pretty much. I've lived here all my life, and despite what earlier in this semester might have told you, I'm very social.
Okay, let's start from the top.
I vote Aki to be most likely to die while fleeing in horror.
That's dark.
Aya's parents are terrible drivers. Takako is almost as crazy as Kazumi.
That's not good.
Makoto is a pyromaniac.
I don't think I like this group of people.
Naomi is probably going to freak out so much about the Calamity that she'll stop attending class.
One of those, eh?
Megumi, not sure anything about her. Wild card.
Ooh, wild.
In a boring way.
Aw, wild.
The only thing notable about Noboru is that he's Makoto's friend.
Am I supposed to be writing this down?
Sayuri is friends with San, Matsuko, and Yukito. San is friends with Sayuri, Yukito, Yumi, and Kinzo. The one with the stupidest name in class.
I literally already forgot who those people are.
Kazue is another one of those likely to leave class due to fear.
There's a lot of those, aren't there?
Yukito I hate. I wouldn't mind it if you punched him in the face or something.
Huh, I didn't think you hated anyone.
I do! Takeru is another on the fear squad that'll probably jump ship if the going gets tough, as is Haruka and Sachiko.
So many bitches among these bitches, eh?
Kyoko is much like Aki, probably going to die fleeing.
You're starting to scare me.
Matsuko will take flight.
What?
The only thing Junta likes more than volleyball is swimming and boats.
Okay, that one sounds normal.
Daisuke has an asthma problem.
That seems tame.
Yumi is a bit on the touchy side.
Touchy?
Touchy. Shigeki is also aboard the fear train. Choo-choo! Yoko, I don't know where she is. I haven't seen her around. She may be dead, mayhaps.
That's too bad.
After the Calamity, Manabu gets a job in Tokyo selling beer.
Did you just say something that happens in the future?
Kinzo is most likely to be crushed to death twice by things that fall.
You're just making this shit up now, aren't you?
So, that's all of them.
This didn't help at all. Which one do you think the extra person is?
I don't think any of them are.
Well, obviously one of them has to be.
I'm so sad. Why do we have to ignore my beloved student? How will he know that he's beloved and a student if we ignore him? I'm so sad about that.
Which one is your mom?
This one.
Ritsuko, eh?
Wait, is their homeroom teacher?
Seems to be Chibiki, yep.
You knew?
I thought we've established that I pretty much know everything.
Oh yeah, right. You guys here again today?
No, we're both non-existent.
Oh, do you understand the complexity of the situation now, boy? Well, sort of. Don't ever come between me and Misaki again, though. You were the homeroom teacher for the class 26 years ago, weren't you? Yeah, I thought that was obvious. How else would I have known your mother, idiot? Is it okay for you to treat us like we exist? I guess. I've got no connections to class 3, so I'm pretty safe. Who is endangered then? Within 2 degrees of separation, the students and their families, they must also live in Yomiyama. So, siblings, parents, grandparents, I wouldn't mind if any of those guys died. Then let's just hope you survive, eh? Huh. So if you have to live here, can you escape it by driving away? You probably should. So why do you still live here? Because it was my fault, I suppose. I never meant to harm anyone. The least I can do is stay here and try to help others survive. That's why I stay here. Not as a teacher, but as a librarian. Though I usually get distracted. Have you heard of the internet? I think it'll get really big. Have any teachers died because of this? Only homeroom and assistant homeroom teachers. Everyone else is probably fine. By the way, and I guess this goes without saying, but the legend is true? Partially. The popular legend got one part completely wrong. The Misaki of 26 years ago was a guy. His full name was Misaki Yomiyama, just like this town. That's interesting. I thought it was May. Why would they say it was May? They're dumber than bricks. You know what's really eye-catching? The graduation picture of that fateful class had Misaki in it.
It what?
The Misaki that died, that we treated as if alive, was with us the entire time. That's why this class is so close to death. We've invited them in. In the 2020 vision of hindsight, I can see now that that was a bad idea.
Do you still have that picture?
No, to tell you the truth, it terrified me. I mean, dead student suddenly in a picture of mine? Whoa. I don't want to hold on to that crap.
By the way, is the part of the legend where the school records are altered true?
That bit's not ukfupped. Here, this holds copies of all class rosters from 1972 up until now. 26 years worth of data. The ones with an X by the name are the ones who died that year. Take a look at the roster from 2 years ago. See the name written at the bottom?
Yeah?
She was the extra person that year. See, these rosters are really well organized. I like them.
So, 7 people died in 1996. That's not too many, is it?
It's because the plan to make one person non-existent worked. Nobody died after that was implemented. Good move. However, shortly after the second term began, the person chosen to not exist renounced the role. He broke under pressure and isolation.
What a cunt.
He demanded that he was alive and should be treated as such. Terribly selfish.
And so it began.
The extra person in 1996 was originally a student in 1993. However, between April and June of 1996, that wasn't the case.
It wasn't?
It got freaky weaky up in that tiki. As I recall, her name was on the 1996 roster, but it was not on the roster for 1993. It had disappeared.
Both the name and the X?
While the phenomenon is occurring, it's pointless to check the records.
And people's memories change too, right?
Yes. By the end of the year, after the deceased vanished and to graduation, the records revert to their original state, thus revealing the extra person. All memories of her as the deceased are lost. All is forgotten. People can't remember things.
The records and memories just change back, like that? Lame. So I won't even remember having talked to the extra person after graduation.
I cannot comprehend the logic behind it. I've essentially given up. It's like, what? There seems to only be one countermeasure that effectively fights this phenomenon. It's to deny the existence of someone in said class.
What's the success rate?
About 50%. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Some years it's clear why the measure failed, other years not so much.
That's terrible. What am I supposed to do in the meantime?
There's nothing we can do. This is like a natural occurring phenomenon. It's like a hurricane or an earthquake or a typhoon or a tornado or a twister.
So, is having...
Or a waterfall.
So, is having 2 non-existent people going to be more effective?
No idea. There are almost no instances of the Calamity stopping mid-year.
Ah, I noticed that almost there. You've got something to tell me, don't you?
That'll be all for today.
Just one more thing. Did this happen 15 years ago in 1983 too?
1983? Yeah, I think that was one of the years. Well, see you later.
So, when Mom died while having me, that was part of the Calamity, wasn't it?
No idea. Though I remember that the Calamity stopped that year.
Mid-year, you say? How was it stopped?
Can't remember.
Remember something, damn it!
I think something happened during summer break.
Summer break?
I can't remember what, though. This is just going to be another class day. Just like any other class day. Everything's going to be fine. I'll help the class stay safe, even the dumb ones, which is all of them except my favorite. I just can't stand ignoring him. It's too much for me. Good morning, class. We've got something special today. For this exercise, I recorded something in advance to play for you all through the intercom system, because it will be difficult to talk about what I'll be doing while I'm showing it to you. Enjoy. Hello, class. This is Pascubadara Sensei. Take a good look at this knife.
What's going on? But I can't do that thing anymore.
me the